Hello everybody, welcome back to the video lecture on geometry. In my previous video, I had discussed various concepts and theorems related to lines and triangles. In this particular video, we will apply those concepts to solve the questions. We will start with some basic questions and then we will keep increasing the difficulty level. So let's start with the first question. Now this is a very simple question. In this given figure, what is the value of y? So we know that these two angles are on the same side of the line, so their sum would be 180 degrees. So 2x plus 3x is equal to 180 degrees. So if we solve it, we get x equal to 36 degrees. Now 2x and y plus 30, these are vertically opposite angles, right? And vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. So 2x is equal to y plus 30. If we put the value of x in this equation, then we get the value of y also, which is 42 degrees. So our answer would be E, 42 degrees. So this was an extremely simple question just to start building the concepts. Now, next question is, in the given diagram, MN is parallel to PR. So this is MN, this is parallel to PR, and LBN is equal to 70 degrees. AB is equal to BC. Then find the angle of ABC. Now this is again a very simple question. So here, if this angle is 70 degree, then this angle will also be 70 degree, because these are two corresponding angles, right? We discussed about corresponding angles, alternate angles, and vertically opposite angles in my previous video. So these are corresponding angles, so these are equal to each other. Now this particular triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle because these two sides are equal. So the angles opposite to these two sides will also be equal. So this angle is also 70 degree. Now we have to calculate the value of ABC. Now in this triangle, we know the value of these two angles. Then the value of third angle would be 180 minus 70, which is 40 degrees. So our answer is A, 40 degrees. Now next question is, in the figure, triangle ABE is an equilateral triangle. ABE is an equilateral triangle in a square ABCD. So this ABCD is a square. Find the value of x in degrees. Now, by the first look, it looks slightly difficult, but trust me, this is again a very simple question. You just have to apply the basic concepts. Now, since ABCD is a square, so this angle would be 90 degrees. And these two angles will also be, these two sides will also be equal. Why? Because this is a square ABCD. Now, when these two sides are equal, then these two angles will also be equal, because in triangle ABD, two sides are equal and one angle is 90 degree. So other two angles would be equal and their value would be 45 degrees, right? Because the sum has to be 180 degree. So these two angles would be 45 degrees each. Now triangle ABE is an equilateral triangle. So this angle would be 60 degree. All the three angles in an equilateral triangle are equal, and that is equal to 60 degrees. So this angle would be 60. Now it's very easy to calculate the value of x. So this is 60, this is 45. What would be the value of x? 180 minus 60 minus 45, which is 75 degrees. So our answer is C, 75 degrees. Now in next question, xy is parallel to PQ. Find the value of x and y. So this is x and this is y. What is the value of x and y? Now let's start solving this. So this angle would be 60 degrees. Why? Because again, these are two corresponding angles. So if this is 60, this also has to be 60. Corresponding angles are equal to each other. So the value of y is very easy to calculate. So if this is 60 and out of this is 20, so y would be 40, right? So value of y is 40 degrees. Now angle BAD. So this is angle BAD. What would be the value of this angle? How do we calculate? So this is 60, this is 35. So we can easily calculate this value because the sum of all these three angles would be 180 degrees. So 180 minus 60 minus 35 would be the value of this angle. This is 85 degrees. So 180 minus 60 minus 35 is 85 degrees. So this angle is 85. Now we have to calculate the value of x. So this is 85, this is 20. So it's very easy. 180 minus 85 minus 20. which is 75 degrees. So the value of x is 75 degrees. So our answer would be A, value of x is 75 and value of y is 40 degrees. Now the next question is CE perpendicular to AB. So this CE is perpendicular to AB. ACE is 20 degrees and ABD is 50 degrees. Find the value of BDA. So this is the angle which we have to find out. Now let's solve this. So EAD, what is EAD? This is EAD. What is the value of this angle? Well, if this is 90, this is 20, and in this particular triangle, the sum of these three angles would be 180 degrees. So it is 180 minus 90 minus 20, which is 70 degrees. So this angle would be 70 degree. I have to find out the value of this angle. Now this is 70, this is 50. So it's easy to calculate this value. So angle BDA would be 180 minus 50 minus 70 is 60 degrees. So our answer would be B, 60 degrees. So you are seeing that these questions are pretty simple, because we are talking only about lines and triangles as of now, and we will keep increasing the difficulty level in this video. Now triangle STV has sides ST and TV 17 and SV is 16. What is the area of the triangle? So now this is the triangle where ST and TV are 17 and SV is 16. Now what is the area? So if we want to calculate the area, then we'll just drop an altitude to the opposite side, because the area of a triangle is half base into height. So this is the height TW. If we can find out the value of TW, then we can easily calculate the area. Now this is an isosceles triangle. Both these sides are equal. So in isosceles triangle, median is same as altitude. So this is not only the altitude, this is also the median, which means the opposite side is equally divided by this. So TW is perpendicular to SV and is also bisecting SV. So these two line segments SW and WV will be equal, and these would be equal to 8, because the length of the whole side is 16. So when you divide it equally, it becomes 8 and 8. Now it's easy to calculate TW, right? Apply Pythagoras theorem in triangle STW. So 17 square is equal to 8 square plus TW square. So you can calculate the value of TW, which is 15. Now the area of the triangle STV is half base into height. So half SV into TW. So it is equal to half 16 into 15. So this is 16, and this height is 15 as we calculated here. So the value is 120. So answer is C, 120. Now next question is, in the figure below, triangle ABC is equilateral and point P is equidistant from vertices A, B and C. So this is an equilateral triangle and P is equidistant from these three vertices. So if triangle ABC is rotated clockwise about point P, what is the minimum number of degrees the triangle must be rotated so that point B will be in the position where point A is now? So point B is here. If you rotate it clockwise, it should reach here. So how much angle will it travel when it goes from here to here, when the triangle is rotated, right? So now let's see how to solve this. So first of all, PA, PB and PC, these are equal sides, because the P is equidistant from ABC. Now when you draw these three sides, then these three triangles are formed: APB, BPC and APC. These three triangles are formed, and these three triangles are congruent to each other. Why? Because their corresponding sides are equal. So if you compare these two triangles, so here this side is equal to this side. Why? Because this is an equilateral triangle. This is a common side, and this side is also equal to this side, because this is P is equidistant from A and C. So these two are congruent triangles. Similarly, these two are also congruent, these two are also congruent. So all three are congruent to each other. Now in a congruent triangle, corresponding angles are equal. So this angle would be equal to this angle, would be equal to this angle. In these triangles, in these three triangles, these three angles would be equal to each other. And on a point, how many degrees of angle is made? 360 degree. So around a point, 360 degree angle is formed. So if 360 degree angle has to be formed and is to be divided in three equal angles, then the value of each of the angle would be 120 degree, right? So if we rotate B from if we rotate this triangle and B comes to A, right? B is rotated till A. Then how much angle is it? Is it traveling 120 plus 120, 240 degrees. So our answer would be D, 240 degrees. So here in this particular question, you just drew some lines and named some angles, and we are done. You don't have to write anything else, right? So it was a very easy question. Just write it on the triangle and you get your answer. Now next question is BO and OC are the angle bisectors of angles B and C. So BO and OC, what is the value of X? Now A plus B plus C is 180 degree, right? In this triangle ABC, this angle plus this angle plus this angle is equal to 180 degree, out of which angle A is 60 degrees. So B plus C is 120 degrees. Now this BO and this OC, they are angle bisectors. So these two angles would be half of these two angles. So this is half of B and this is half of C. So this is B by 2, this is C by 2. Now in this smaller triangle OBC, X plus B by 2 plus C by 2 will be equal to 180 degrees, right? Now we can solve this. X plus B plus C divided by 2 is equal to 180 degree and B plus C is equal to 120 degree. So I can put the value of B plus C as 120 degree, and this makes it value of X is equal to 120 degrees. So our answer is A, 120 degrees. Now let's move on to the next question. In this given figure, AB and CD are parallel lines. So these two are parallel lines. What is the measure of angle Y? How much is this angle? Now again, a straightforward application of the concepts. So now this particular angle is how much? This is equal to this angle because these are two corresponding angles, right? So please understand, corresponding, vertically opposite, alternate angles, they are very important angles. So these two are equal because these are corresponding angles. So this angle would be 3x by 2, right? Now similarly, this particular angle is also equal to this because these are also corresponding angles. So this angle is equal to x by 2. Now this angle and this angle, so if we add these two angles, then this is equal to 180 degrees. So 5x by 2 plus this angle should be equal to 180 degree. So this is 5x by 2 and this is 3x by 2 as we calculated here. So the value of this OGH is 3x by 2. So 5x by 2 plus 3x by 2 is equal to 180 degree, and we can calculate the value of X equal to 45 degrees. Now in triangle OGH, so this is OGH, the sum of these three angles would be equal to 180 degrees. So we can put the values of these three angles. So this is 3x by 2, this is x by 2, and this is y. So the sum is equal to 180 degrees. We can insert the value of x in this equation, which is 45 degrees. The value of x is 45 degrees. We can insert it here and we can calculate the value of y. So which comes out to be 90 degrees. So our answer would be D, 90 degrees. Now next question is, here in this figure, AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DE is equal to EF. So all these sides are equal. If ABC, this angle ABC is equal to DFE, then find the value of DFE. What is the value of this angle? So this looks like a big figure. So and here it is given this all these sides are equal. So let us assume that the value of this angle is x. So then the value of this angle would also be x. Why? Because these two are equal. Now we have to find the value of x here. So we will keep solving this question, right? So whatever we can find out, let's try and find out till we know each and every angle, and then it would be easier for us to find the value of x. Now if this is x, this is also going to be x. Why? Because these two are equal sides, so opposite angles would be equal. So this is going to be x. The value of this is also x. Now if this is x and this is x, then what is the value of this angle? 180 minus 2x, because the sum of these three is equal to 180. Now if this is 180 minus 2x, then what is the value of this angle? What is the value of this angle? So the sum of this would be 180 degree. So the value of this angle would be 2x, right? So that the sum becomes 180. Now if this is 2x and this line are also equal, So if this is 2x, then this will also be 2x, right? So these two angles are 2x. Now this is 2x, this is 2x, then what would be the value of this angle? It is 180 minus 4x, right? Because the sum of these three would be 180. So the sum of this is 4x, so 180 minus 4x is the value of this angle. Now this is x, this is 180 minus 4x, then what would be the value of this angle? So the sum of these three is 180 degrees. So let's try and calculate how much would this angle be. So this angle BDC would be equal to 180 degree minus x minus 180 minus 4x. So it is equal to 3x. So the value of this angle is 3x. Now if this is 3x and these two sides are equal, so if this is 3x, this would also be 3x, right? So these two angles would be equal and this is 3x. And if this is 3x and this is 3x, then the value of this angle is 180 minus 6x, because the summation is 6x here. So this angle would be 180 minus 6x. Now this is 2x, this is 180 minus 6x. How much this would be? Again, the sum of these three would be 180. So 180 minus this angle and minus this angle. So this is 180 minus 2x minus 180 minus 6x. So this is 4x. So the value of this angle is 4x. Now if this is 4x, this will also be 4x, because these two sides are equal. Now in this triangle, we know all three angles, x, 4x and 4x. If we add all these three angles, the summation should be 180 degree, right? Now we can easily calculate the value of x, which is 20 degree. So the value of x or value of this angle is 20 degree. So if you see that we had to calculate a lot of angles here, but ultimately it was very easy. You can keep calculating one angle after another and you can easily get the answer. So your answer would be A, 20 degrees. Now this is the next question. So now we are slightly increasing the difficulty level, because in entrance exams slightly more difficult questions appear. So we will keep applying the concepts which we learned in the previous video, and we will keep increasing the difficulty level of the questions. Now in this given figure, BAC is equal to ACD. So this is BAC and it is equal to ACD. ACD. AB is 1.5 centimeter, CD is 6 centimeter, and ACB, this is ACB, is equal to CDA. This is CDA. Find the length of AC. You have to find the length of this particular side. Now we have been given BAC equal to ACD. This is given. Also ACB is equal to CDA. This is also given. So these two triangles ACB and CDA, these are similar triangles as per AA rule, angle rule. These are two similar triangles because two angles are equal. So these becomes similar triangles. Now the order in which these vertices are written is very important, right? So this is ACB, this is CDA. So why we have written it in this manner? Because one ACB is equal to CDA. So one reason is this. And if you look at even the other angles, so this angle A in ACB. So in ACB, angle A is this. This is equal to angle C in CDA. So angle C in CDA. So these are equal. This is already given. So that is how we have written the order of the vertices. So the order in which it is written is very important. So ACB is equal to CDA angle. Similarly, BAC. So last letter B and first two AC. Similarly, last letter A and first two CD. So ACD. This is also equal. So here if you see BAC, here it is BAC, and here it is ACD. So here it is ACD. So that is how the order has been written. Now if you have written the order correctly, you can easily write what would be the corresponding sides. So AC and CD would be corresponding sides, CB and DA would be corresponding sides, and AB and CA would be corresponding sides, right? So AC, and in similar triangles, corresponding sides ratio is equal. So AC by CD, so AC by CD, first two letters, is equal to AB by CA. So first and last letter AB divided by CA. You can see it in the triangle also. So AC by CD, AC by CD, is equal to AB by CA, right? So if you calculate this, so this both side CA is appearing or AC is appearing, so AC square is equal to AB into CD. AB and CD's value are given 1.5 and 6, so you can calculate the value of AC, which is equal to 3. So the important part in this particular question was, how do you write similar triangles? How do you identify whether the triangles are similar? And if you have identified, then how do you write it, the order of the vertices, right? Now let's move on to the next question. So here the answer is B3. Now let's move on to the next question. In this given figure, AD is parallel to BC. So here it is AD, this is parallel to BC, and angle B and angle D are equal. So this is angle B and this is angle D, they are equal. BP and DQ are the bisectors of angle B and angle D. Find the length of DQ. So we have to find the length of DQ if BP is equal to 10 centimeter. Now just take a 30-second pause here, pause this video and try to solve this question, and then check whether you are able to get the answer right or not, and your method also matches my method, or maybe you have a better method to solve this, right? So just take a small pause and try to solve this question. Till then I'll keep solving this. Now here ABC is equal to ADC, this is given. So this angle ABC and this is ADC, this is given. So either B is equal to D. ACB is equal to CAD. So here it is ACB and here it is CAD. So these two angles, they are also equal. Why? Because they are alternate angles. So this line BC and this line AD, they are parallel, and these are intersected. These two lines are intersected by a transversal. So these alternate angles are getting made, and alternate angles are equal to each other. This we had seen in the previous video. So, and also between these two triangles, AC is common in both the triangles. So as per AAS rule, we can say this, these two triangles are congruent. So triangle ABC and triangle CDA, they are congruent. Again, the order in which these vertices are written is very important. So these are two congruent triangles. Why we have written in this manner? Because this particular ABC here, this is ABC, this angle is equal to CDA, this CDA, this angle, right? So that is why, you know, this middle angle is equal to each other. Similarly, if you see angle C and angle A, so this last vertex here and last vertex here, so angle C and angle A are also equal to each other. Here angle C is how much? ABC. So this, in this triangle, this is angle C, and in this triangle, this angle is equal to this angle. So C is equal to A. That is how we have ordered these vertices. So this is as per AAS rule. These are two congruent triangles, and in congruent triangles, corresponding sides are equal, and even corresponding angle bisectors are also equal, right? So DQ is equal to BP because these are two angle bisectors. So the length of both the angle bisectors would be equal, and this is equal to 10 centimeters. So our answer is B, 10 centimeters. Now in this triangle ABC, if angle ABC is 30 degrees, AC is 2 root 2, and AB and BC are X, then what is the value of X? Now this is a simple application of sine rule, right? So we studied sine rule in the previous video, so let's apply it here. So first of all, let's identify these angles. So these two sides are equal. So this is an isosceles triangle. So these two angles would also be equal, right? So if this is 30, these two become 75, 75, so that the sum is 180 degrees. Now let's apply sine rule. So what does sine rule say? That AC upon sine of B is equal to BC upon sine of A is equal to AB upon sine of C. This is the sine rule. So apply it here. So this 2 root 2 divided by sine of 30 is equal to X by sine of 75. Now if you know the value of sine 30 and sine 75, you can easily calculate this. So sine 30 is half and sine 75 is root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. So you can calculate the value of x, which is 2 into root 3 plus 1. So you have to remember some basic the sine and cosines of some basic angles. So we will study this in trigonometry, but you have to remember some basic angles, sine and cosine. And if you remember it, then it's easy to solve. X is equal to 2 into root 3 plus 1. So our answer is E. Now, next question is, what is the measure of the radius of the circle that circumscribes a triangle whose side measures 9, 40 and 41? Now this is a combination of two concepts which we learned in the previous video. If you remember those two concepts, it's straightway 30-second question. You don't need more than 30 seconds to solve this question, or maybe less than 30 seconds. Right? So first concept is that this 9, 40 and 41, this is a Pythagorean triplet, right? So 9, 40 and 41 is Pythagorean triplet. So triangle is right angle triangle. And 41 would be the hypotenuse because this is the biggest side. Now, key property about right angle triangle is what, right? So key property about right angle triangle is that in a right angle triangle, the radius of the circle that circumscribes the triangle is half the hypotenuse. So if you remember this figure from the previous video, so this is a right angle triangle and this is the circumcircle. So all these three perpendicular bisectors, they intersect each other at the middle of the hypotenuse, right? So this becomes the circumradius of this circumcircle. So circumcenter of a right angle triangle is at the midpoint of the hypotenuse. Now, what is hypotenuse here is 41. So midpoint means half of hypotenuse is the radius, which is 41 by 2, 20.5. So our answer is D, 20.5. So if you know the concept, it's less than 30 seconds. If you don't know the concept, it will take more time. That's why you have to strengthen your concepts first. That is why there is a dedicated video only for concepts. So please go through it. If you haven't gone through it yet, it will help you solve many of the questions very quickly. Now, next question is, in the triangle ABC, BD bisects angle B and is perpendicular to AC. If the lengths of the sides of the triangle are expressed in terms of X and Y, find the value of X and Y, right? So this is not a very difficult question. It's a normal question. So let's see how to solve this. Since angle ABD and angle CBD, these are equal. Why? Because this BD is an angle bisector. So these two angles are equal to each other. So this is what we have written. And BDA and BDC. So this angle is 90 degree, right? So in these two triangles, this is 90, this is also 90 degrees. Side BD is common in both the triangles. This side is also common in both the triangles, which means these two triangles are congruent triangles as per ASA rule. The moment we have determined that two triangles are congruent, life is very easy, because in congruent triangle, corresponding sides are equal, corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding sides would be equal. So we can easily write that 2x is equal to 3y plus 8 and x is equal to 2y. So if we solve these two equations, what answer do we get? We get value of y is equal to 8 and value of x is equal to 16. So our answer would be C, 16 and 8. Now let's look at the next question. In the equilateral triangle ABC, so this is an equilateral triangle, AD is equal to DE. So this is equal to this is equal to BE. So these three line segments are equal to each other. D and E lie on AB. So D and E lie on AB. If each of the triangle side, each side of the triangle is 6 centimeters. So all these three sides are 6 centimeters. Then the area of the shaded region. So this total area is what we have to find out, right? Now, when you have to calculate the area, you first have to drop a height or an altitude, because it is half b into h, half base into height. So we also dropped an altitude which meets the opposite side at x. Now cx is the height. So now we have to calculate the value of cx. So here ax is equal to 3, right? So this would be 3, because in an equilateral triangle, when you drop an altitude, it also acts as a median. So opposite side is divided into 2 equal halves. So ax is equal to bx is equal to 3, because this whole side is 6. So in this, AC square is equal to ax square plus cx square. So this is a right angle triangle, so you can apply Pythagoras theorem. So AC square is equal to x square plus cx square. So you put the value of AC and x and find the value of cx, which is equal to 3 root 3. Now once you have identified the height, it is easier to calculate the area. So the area of triangle ABC is equal to half base, which is AB, and height, which is cx. So half into 6 into 3 root 3 is equal to 9 root 3. Now what we will do, we will try to find out the area of this smaller triangle. So the area of CDE, the CDE is equal to half of DE into CX. So half of DE is 2, right? Because AD is equal to DE is equal to BE. So all these line segments are equal to 2 because this whole is 6. So half into 2 into 3 root 3, which is equal to 3 root 3. So the area of the shaded region is the difference of this bigger triangle and this is smaller triangle. So it is 9 root 3 minus 3 root 3 is equal to 6 root 3. So our answer is B, 6 root 3 centimeters square. Now the next question is, in the figure below, ABC is a triangle in which 3AD is equal to CD. So 3 times AD is equal to CD and E lies on BD, and DE is equal to twice of BE. What is the ratio of the area of ABE, ABE and area of ABC, ABC, right? So let's assume that the length of AD is Y. Then what is the length of CD? It would be 3Y as per this equation. If AD is Y, then CD would be 3Y, 3 times AD. Similarly, if we assume that BE is X, then DE would be 2X. Here it is. So DE is equal to twice of BE, and BE is X, then DE would be twice of 2X, right? So this we have assumed X and Y. Now ABE and ABD. So this triangle ABE and this triangle ABD, they have same height but different base lengths. Why? Because their base is this BE and BD. So the base is same line is extended here. So the base is same. So if we drop a height or an altitude from vertex A in the smaller triangle ABE, then it will be outside the triangle. Somewhere here the altitude will come, right? And in the bigger triangle also, if I drop an altitude from vertex A, it will also be the same. So here inside, it will be inside the triangle, but the altitude would be the same, right? So the altitude is same, but bases are different. So the base here is BE and the base in bigger triangle is BD. So the area of these, ratio of the areas of this smaller triangle and bigger triangle would be the ratio of the bases only. So the base of a smaller triangle divided by base of bigger triangle. So area of ABE divided by area of ABD is equal to BE by BD, BE by BD, which are the bases. So it is equal to X by 3X. Why? BD is 3X because this is X, this is 2X. So BD becomes 3X. So X by 3X, this is equal to 1 by 3. Now similarly, triangle ABD, ABD and ABC and ABC, they also have the same height. So if I drop a height from here, so this will be an altitude in both the triangles, in the smaller triangle ABD as well as in the bigger triangle ABC. But their bases are different. So in this smaller triangle, base is AD, bigger triangle, the base is AC. So the area of these two triangles would be the ratio of area of these two triangles would be equal to the ratio of the bases of these two triangles. So area of triangle ABD divided by area of triangle ABC is equal to base of ABD upon base of ABC. So base of ABD is AD and base of bigger triangle ABC is AC. So AD by AC, AD is Y, AC is Y plus 3Y, which is 4Y. So it is equal to 1 by 4. Now if we multiply equations 1 and 2, what do we get? So some of the things would be cut, right? So ABD and ABD will cancel out. Only ABE and ABC will be remaining. So ABE by ABC is equal to 1 by 3 into 1 by 4 because we are multiplying. So it is equal to 1 by 12. So this is the ratio which we wanted to find out. So it is 1 by 12. Answer is B. Now let's look at the next question. In the figure below, ABC is a right angled triangle. So here ABC is a right angle triangle, BDEF is a square, AE is 7.5, AC is 18. What is the area of ABC? Again, I will request you to take a pause this video for 30 seconds and try to solve this question and see how far can you go. Now, I will keep solving this question for you. So you can pause it if you want to solve it. Otherwise, you can watch how to solve this problem. Now, this is 18 centimeter AC. This is 7.5. So this is automatically 10.5, right? Because this total is 18. Now, DE is parallel to BC, right? So this DE is parallel to BC. Why? Because this BDEF, this is a square. So in a square, two sides are parallel to each other. So DE is parallel to BF. So automatically DE becomes parallel to BC also. So DE is parallel to BC. Now, if you look at this triangle ABC, this DE is parallel to BC. So you can easily apply Thales intercept theorem, which we had studied in the previous video. So using Thales intercept theorem, what does Thales intercept theorem says? That if in a triangle, a line segment is dividing two sides of the triangle and is parallel to the third side, then it divides those two sides in the same ratio, and it is also it is also in the same ratio with the third side also. So DE by BC, so this DE by BC, so these two sides, ratio of these two sides or these two lines is equal to AD by AB, AD by AB is equal to AE by AC. So this is as per Thales intercept theorem, right? Or if you don't remember Thales intercept theorem, you just remember that this ADE and this ABC, they are similar triangles. Thales intercept theorem is an outcome of application of similar triangle here. So corresponding sides, ratio of corresponding sides is equal. So AE and AC, if you come back to this question, this is AE and AC, which is 7.5 and 18. So we put the 7.5 and 18, and this becomes equation number 1. Now EF is parallel to AB. So EF is parallel to AB. Again, because this is a square. So again, we'll apply Thales intercept theorem in this particular triangle, in this triangle, right? Now, so Thales intercept theorem says EF divided by AB is equal to CF divided by CB is equal to CE divided by AC. And CE and AC are, CE is 10.5, AC is 18. So 10.5 by 18. So this becomes equation number 2. Now, if we divide equation number 1 and equation number 2, then DE into AB upon BC into EF, right? So DE into AB divided by BC into EF is equal to 7.5 by 10.5. So we have used only these two sides and these numbers. So 7.5 divided by 10.5 because 18 will cross out. Now, if you solve this further, you will find that DE and EF are equal. Why? Because DE and EF, these are the sides of the square, so they are equal. So they will cancel out DE and EF. Only thing which is remaining is AB by BC. And if you solve this, this is 5 by 7. So AB by BC is equal to 5 by 7. Now, in this right angle triangle ABC, if we can use Pythagoras theorem here, AB square plus BC square is equal to CA square. And AB and BC are in the ratio of 5 and 7, 5 is to 7. So we can assume that AB is 5K and BC is 7K, where K is a constant, right? So we will put 5K, 7K, and CA is 18. So if we solve this, we get the value of K square equal to 324 by 74. Now you don't have to calculate the value of K here. Let's stay with K square because this K square can be straight away used later. Now area of triangle ABC is equal to what? Half of AB into BC. So it is half of AB is 5K, BC is 7K. So half of 5K into 7K, which makes it half of 35K square, and K square is 324 by 74. So we will put the value of K square as 324 by 74 and calculate it. It becomes 76.621. So our answer is A, 76.621 centimeters square. Now next question is ABC is a triangle in which CAB is 80 degrees. So CAB is 80 degrees. ABC, so this is ABC is equal to 50 degrees. AE, BF and CD, these are the altitudes, and O is the orthocenter. What is the value of AOB? This is what we have to find out. Now here it is given 80 degree and 50 degree, right? And these are altitudes, so these three are 90 degree angles, and we have to calculate this AOB. This is what the information given to us. Now let's calculate how much is this angle. Now again, this is a very simple question. In triangle AFB, this is 90 degree and this is 80 degree. Then how much will this angle be? Right? The sum of this would be equal to 180 degrees. So we can calculate the value of FBA, which is 10 degrees. So this is 80, this is 90. So this would be 10 degrees because the sum has to be 180 degrees. Similarly, in triangle AEB, this is 90 degree, this is 50 degree. Then how much would this angle be? So we can easily calculate this. This angle would be 40 degrees, right? So this is 90, this is 50. So this has to be 40 because the sum is 180 degrees, right? Now we know this is 40, this is 10. Then how much this angle would be in this smaller triangle OAB? The sum of this and this would be 180 degrees. So AOB will be equal to 180 minus 40 minus 10, which is 130 degrees. So our answer is D, 130 degrees, right? So the moment we wrote the value of the angles, whatever we knew, then it becomes a very simple question. So in the original figure, nothing was written, no angle was mentioned as such. It was given in the form of words, and when we converted those words into the numbers and wrote them here, then it becomes a very simple question. So my suggestion is that whenever a figure is given, when numbers are not written, angles are not written, then you try to write whatever maximum angles you can in that figure. Now next question is, in a right angled triangle PQR, P is right angle, so this is right angle, XY is parallel to hypotenuse QR, and length of XY is 60% of this length QR. What is the area of PXY? So this is smaller triangle's area, if the area of the bigger triangle is 60 centimeters square. So let's solve this. PQR is similar to PXY. Why? Y triangle PQR. So this is PQR and this is PXY. Why they are similar to each other? Because angle P is common in both of them, and these two are parallel lines. XY is parallel to QR. So this angle is equal to this angle, right? Corresponding angles. And this angle is also equal to this angle, corresponding angle. So their corresponding angles are equal to each other. So that's why these are similar triangles. And in similar triangles, area of the triangles, a ratio of area of triangles is equal to the ratio of the squares of the corresponding sides, right? So area of PQR, bigger triangle, divided by area of this smaller triangle is equal to QR square, this QR square divided by XY square, right? So this sides square divided by corresponding sides square. Now area of PQR is 60. Let us say area of PXY is capital A. So for simplicity, we have written it A. QR square. So XY is 60% of QR. So we can, so this QR and QR will cancel out, and you will get the value of A straightaway. 16.36 is equal to 21.6. So the answer is B, 21.6 centimeters squares. Now this is the last question of this particular video. In this given figure, P and Q are the midpoints of AC and AB. P and Q, these are the midpoints of AC and AB. And also PX is equal to XR and YQ is equal to YR. What is the ratio of the areas of PQR and ABC? Now if PX is equal to XR, which means X is a midpoint, and QY is equal to YR, it means Y is also a midpoint. Now you have to solve this question. Again, I would say that take a pause of 30 to 45 seconds, solve this question, and then come back and see the solution. Meanwhile, I'll solve it for you. So now since we have to find out the area, so what we'll do, we will drop an altitude from this vertex to the opposite side. So this AE is perpendicular to BC. Now since PQ and this BC, these are parallel. Why these are parallel? Because PQ is the this is joining the midpoints of these two sides. So this P is the midpoint of AC and Q is the midpoint of AB. So as per midpoint theorem, this PQ would be parallel to BC, right? And PQ will also be half of BC as per midpoint theorem. So when this is parallel to this, so this perpendicular line on this BC will also be a perpendicular to PQ, because these are two parallel lines. So perpendicular on one line will be perpendicular on the other parallel line also. So this angle D and angle E both are 90 degrees. Similarly, we drop a perpendicular from R to the opposite side PQ. Now in this particular triangle, this is the height, and in this particular triangle ABC, this is going to be the height. Now when we drop this height from R to the opposite side, RT is perpendicular, right? So angle S will also be 90 degree, because these are two parallel lines. So on parallel lines, both these angles would be 90 degrees. Now let's solve this. Now RXY, triangle RXY, RXY is similar to RPQ, RPQ, right? So these two, this smaller triangle and this bigger triangle, these are similar to each other. Why? Because this angle and this angle are equal, so these are parallel lines. So these are two corresponding angles, and angle R is common. Similarly, even this angle and this angle is also equal. So all three corresponding angles are equal to each other. So they are similar triangles. So even with two angles, we can say that these are similar triangles. Now in similar triangles, what happens, that corresponding ratio of corresponding sides is equal to the ratio of altitudes also. So here it is RS by RT. So ratio of altitudes is equal to RY divided by RQ, ratio of the corresponding sides, right? Now RS by RT is equal to RY by, instead of RQ, I can write 2RY. Why? Because this RQ is nothing but twice of RY, because this is the midpoint. So this becomes half. RY by 2RY is become half. So this makes it RT is equal to 2RS, right? So this RT is equal to 2RS. So this RT is double the RS, which means RS and ST are equal. So this RS and ST, they become equal to each other. So this line and this line become equal to each other, because it is clearly showing that this is the midpoint, S is the midpoint. So RS is equal to ST. Now similarly, triangles AQP and ABC, they are also similar based on the same logic, right? Corresponding angles and common angle. Now here also in similar triangles, corresponding sides ratio would be equal to the ratio of the altitudes. So AD by AE, ratio of altitude, is equal to AP by AC, ratio of the corresponding sides. Here again, AP, this AC is nothing but twice of AP. So this AC is twice of AP, because P is the midpoint. We saw that this is the midpoint. Here it is given P is the midpoint of AC. So AC is equal to twice of AP. So this becomes half. So again, AE is equal to twice of AD, which means this AE is twice of AD, which means this D is the midpoint. So AD is equal to DE. So this is the midpoint. So AD would be equal to DE. Now this is equation number 1 and equation number 2. Now DE and ST are also equal, right? So this DE and ST, they are also equal to each other. Why? Because these are lying between two parallel lines, and these are perpendicular to both the parallel lines. So this DE is also perpendicular to both the parallel lines. ST is also perpendicular to both the parallel lines. So basically we are, both these lines are the distance between two parallel lines, and distance between two parallel lines are always equal. You measure at any point, right? So DE is equal to ST. Now from equation number 1 and 2, RS is equal to ST is equal to AD is equal to DE. All these four, RS, ST, AD, DE, they all are equal, right? Because DE is equal to ST. Now if we add them, RS plus ST is equal to AD plus DE. We can write it in this manner also, right? RS plus ST is equal to AD plus DE. Now what are we saying? RS plus ST is equal to AD plus DE, or you can say RT is equal to AE. So which means heights are equal in both the triangles. Now it's a matter of base only, which will determine the area. So ratio of area of PQR divided by ratio of ABC is equal to half base into height. So half PQ into RT, half PQ into RT divided by half BC into AE, right? And RT and AE, they are equal. So we can write PQ into RT divided by BC into AE. Half and half will cancel out, and even RT and AE will also cancel out. Only thing remaining is PQ by BC, right? And PQ by BC is what? This PQ by BC. So as per midpoint theorem, this PQ is half of BC. So only thing is PQ by BC, which is equal to half, right? So the answer would be half. The ratio is half, A 1/2. So if you like this video, I would say that you please press subscribe button given below this video and share it with others so that they can also learn some of these concepts and solve some of these questions. And if you have any doubt, any queries on any of the questions, any of the topics which we covered in this video, then please mention it in the comment section. I will come back to you within 24 to 48 hours in the comment section itself, or maybe I can make a video if your query needs to be resolved through a video. Thank you and happy learning.